Hello everyone. So this is program 5 actually. So we're making our way through the sessions. This one's slightly different to normal. We're going to actually focus on the whole body, the upper body compared to the whole body, which we normally do. So you may want to think about that when making your band selection. I have dropped down a little bit just because our upper body muscles are a little bit smaller than our lower body ones, so taking that into account. But other than that, everything else will be the same. We're starting with our pulse raiser. We're still doing our 30-minute working block, and then our balance and flexibility. So if you're ready, I've also got a mat because we might be doing a few exercise on the ground, and also remembering about your water, that kind of thing, and please sort of alarming us or letting us know if you have any issues in the chat, or raising your hand, whatever, wave at me. So if you're ready, we'll get going with our sort of 5-minute warm-up. So I want to just start today by even though we're working on our upper body, we're going to get our legs moving. We're just going to start with some leg swings, a couple on each leg, swapping over. Again, if you want to, you can have something next to you to balance on. And just turning around and doing the other leg. And then we're going to start doing some bouncing, so either from side to side, up and down. So this is sort of building on to what we're doing next. Again, a couple of arm movements, just moving away so I don't trip on the mat. Bringing your arms into it. Because we're going to move into some jumping jacks. But alternative is one arm, then the other. If you want to go for the full version. Then please do so. Feel free to, just as a reminder, to drop down at any point. You can also bring your hands up across your body. Hopefully you can feel your heart rate starting to increase. Might be getting a little bit more breathy. And then the last one we're going to do is sort of jumping from side to side and swinging our arms as well. Again, the speed you want to do this, dependent on you. You can really go for it if you want to, or just stepping. Again, increase the speed. Whatever works for you. And the last things we'll do in our warm-up, just a bit of mobilisation. So forward and backwards, forwards, backwards, and then just warming up some of the joints, working on our shoulders here. And swap over. Opening up through the chest, so linking our fingers together, pushing up. And reversing that, arms in front, linked in front of us. Doing our back. And then, again, opening up here. Just a couple of arm swings changing this direction off in all angles. So this is going to be really upper body focused. So you want to make sure they're nice and warm. Some hip mobility. So hopefully you're feeling prepared to go. So if you want to grab your band, you'll need your handles on your bands. I just realised I've set this up wrong. Again, as I say, making sure we're making that selection based on knowing that it's an upper body specific workout, this one. So our first exercise is going to be thrusters. So there will be some leg involvement in this one. So we are going to have the starting position will be our band at our shoulders. We're going to squat down, and then as we come back up, we're going to raise our hands above our head. So it's the squat and then the press up with the arms. Just move back a little bit. And again, it's the traditional format. Says 8 reps, 3 sets, 30 seconds rest between sets, a minute between exercises. So if we're all ready and we've got our resistance bands, we will make a start. Feet are about hip distance. Adaptations can be that your feet can be wider to increase that resistance. So let's get going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll have some rest there. How did that feel? You might want to make it some adjustments based on that first set. Obviously, as we get more tired, things might feel a bit tougher. But hopefully for now, we're all feeling okay. We've just got 10 seconds left here, so we'll start to prepare for the next set. And off we go. Halfway. Last 2. Last 1. And 30 seconds rest. This is a really good one. It's to begin with, it's called a complex movement. So you're using lots of muscle groups all at once. So it's a good one to start off with. Just a few more seconds of this rest. We've got one more round of this exercise. So here we go, if we all prepare, and last time. That's halfway. And last one. Hold it there and relax. 1 minute of rest, and then we're going to be moving into upright rows. So this one is one for our shoulders. In a minute. But just to start guiding you through, again, feet about hip distance apart. That again, we can use that to influence the resistance. If we want it a bit harder, we can stand our legs slightly further apart and bring them together to reduce that resistance. We're going to start with our hands. You should feel some tightness here. Hands at about our waist. We're bringing it up, leading with our elbows, up in line with our chest, and then controlling that movement back down. So we'll get going in 5 seconds if everybody's ready. And here we go. We're going to control that movement back down. Nice continuous flow. Elbows lead, no higher than our chest. 2 more. And relax there. So for me, that wasn't too bad, so I'm just going to stand a little bit wider this time. Again, putting your shoulders in your back pockets as well. We've just got another 10 seconds of rest before we go again. So when you're ready, starting position at our waist, and let's go. 6, last 2. Lovely. 30 seconds rest. So if you're finding it's far too easy, you're going sort of way above your chest up towards your neck, you might want to think about increasing the resistance there. Equally, if you're sort of not getting much further than your waist, that might be a sign to drop it back down. So we're going in 5. So we'll begin to prepare, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one's really targeting our shoulders. 1 more, and relax. So keeping this resistance band most probably, we're going to do some bent over side raises. So I'll show you on the angle, standing on, again, most of this hip distance apart with our feet. We're going to bend forward, and then our arms, we're going to raise to our sides, again trying to get them in line with our shoulders. So just to demonstrate this one, stopping there and controlling the move back. So again, turn back round this way. So it's tilting at the hips and that motion. So let's have a check of the time if everybody's ready. So if we begin to prepare, bending over, eyes focus on a point in front of us, about 1 metre ahead, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. With that, I think I was probably not quite getting the height I needed there. So what I'm going to do is an adjustment. I'm going to just stand on it with 1 foot. So that will take away some of the resistance further. So we're going to have 10 more seconds rest, and then we'll go again. So again, still tipping forward, and then trying to raise the band up to our shoulder level. Two more. Last one. and relax. So have a think about how that felt. Any adjustments you might need to make for the last set, please go ahead and do them now. I'm going to stay just one foot on that band. Okay, 5 more seconds here. So we'll start to prepare. And off we go, last set. We keep our backs nice and straight. And controlling that band on the way back down. Last one. And relax there. That's our bent over side raise. So for this next activity, the band is optional. I'm not going to use it we're going to do some press ups. This is one of the reasons why we've got our mat. But we're going to have our hands nice and wide because our target today is the chest for our press ups. So we want our hands, for me it's going to be outside my mat, but outside our chest. You can do these on your knees or your toes. If you need a cushion or something for your knees, again, please grab that now. We've got about 30 seconds of our rest left, so I'll just do a quick demonstration. So say hands nice and wide, and we want to stop at 90 degrees. So that is our position. So we are going in 5. And off we go, 8 reps. 1, 2, 3. Halfway. 2 to go. And have a rest there. So I'm just going to demonstrate an adaptation that we can do. So you can do any version, but you can do the box. This is, if that was a bit trickier, this is a way to make it slightly easier. Bring your knees in and press up from that starting position. So we'll go again. I'm going to go back to on my knees. Here we go. That's halfway there, guys. 2 more. And rest. 30 more seconds. Again, if you do really want to challenge yourself, you can go onto your toes. So this is obviously our last set of 8. So think about your intensity. Remember that OmniRise scale as well. We want you, if you're working out of 3, we really want to up that. We want to get 6, 7s, 8s. As I say, we're in our 2nd week now. So off we go. Two more. And rest there. And that is our push-ups done. So that by having our hands wider, we're working on that chest. So our next one is to work the back of our arms, the triceps. And we're going to do some tricep kickbacks. So for this one, what you want to do is we're going to do both arms at the same time. If you did need to drop them down, you could do one arm, then the other. But we're going to try and do both. So again, feet that feels comfortable. And we're going to start with that bent over position again. Arms go straight back and return to our starting position, which is then bent at 90 degrees. So we want to control that return to 90. So we've got a few seconds left here. Make sure you've got the band that you think is the correct resistance for your arms, and we will go in 5 seconds. Okay, so when you're ready, bending over, nice straight back, and off we go. Feel it along the back of the arms. It's halfway. Last one. And 30 seconds there. How was that? So a few more seconds here. But I really want you to pushing the arms back to really feel that sort of almost like a pinch in the back of your arms. Right, here we go again. Six, 7, and 8. Little rest. Then we've just got one set to go on these. I'll just turn around. Okie dokie. Right, we'll start to prepare and get ready to go for our last set. And here we go. That's halfway. And stop there. So that was our triceps, the back of our arms. So now we're going to work on the front of our arms with some basic bicep curls. So for this one, we're just going to be stood on our bands, arms straight, elbows tucked in, and we're just going to do the full range of motion. So going from our hands at our thighs all the way to our shoulders and controlling it on the way back down. So we'll take our minute's rest. This is coming up to our 6th exercise of this program. So we will prepare and off we go. Elbows nice and tucked in there. Halfway there, guys. Two to go. And last one. And 30 seconds rest. How did that one feel? Hopefully all okay. Right. Fortunately, rest isn't very long. We'll prepare and go again. That's halfway already. Two more. Perfect. That's 2 sets done. 1 to go. And this time I'll just stand on the side just so you can see from a different angle. Hopefully, again, that's working in front of our arms, so hopefully you can feel that in the right place. So here we go, last set, and 8 reps. Halfway. Feeling it now. 1 to go. And control that down and relax there. So that is our arms done. We're now going to finish with a couple of exercises that are going to be quite sort of core focused. So we're going to do some side bends and then some twists and then finish with some crunches. So feel free to grab drinks. For the next one, we're going to be stood up, and we're just bringing the bands. Their starting position will be our shoulders, and then we're going to tip from one side to the other. And we're going to do 16 because we've got 2 sides. So, if you're ready in the starting position, we shall get going. That's halfway, obviously a bit longer this time. And last one, and relax for 30 seconds. Should be obviously feeling that down your sides, but also in your shoulders as well. Again, this is another complex move. So that's our 30 seconds break. We will go again. Really trying to reach up, stretch over our heads. It's halfway. A few more to go. Last one. And relax. Just one more set of those. Seconds, we'll go again. Again, remembering our adjustments. If you want to just stand on the band with one foot, that will take away some of the resistance, or you can go wider feet if you want to add a little bit more up the ante slightly. So, one last go. And we're halfway there. Two more. And relax. So that is our side bends. The next we're going to move into some twists. So, similar foot positioning, and the bands up here, and this time just rotating from side to side, using that band to pull against us. We've got another 30 seconds here. And again, because we've got two sides, we're going to double the numbers. It's keeping our back upright, looking over that shoulder. So we'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really looking over that shoulder, twisting round as far as you can. Going. Couple more. And rest there. So take a little breather before going again. Okay, and off we go. We're halfway. A few more. And 30 seconds rest. Last time. And then that will be all the work with the bands done. We're just going to finish with a few core exercises laid down on our mats. Okie dokie. One last time. See if you can go a little bit further this time than you have all the other times. Few more to go now. And relax. So you can put your bands to one side. Again, if you'd like to grab yourself a drink, and then we'll come on down to the ground. Just to end with some core exercises before we go into our balance section. So we are just going to do some very basic crunches. So feet on the floor, knees bent, hands cupping our ears, not interlocked behind our head, and elbows out. And then we're pretending that we've got an orange underneath our neck, and we're just going to crunch up and back down, supporting our head. So we're going to do 3 sets of 20, slow and controlled, just like this. So join in when you're ready, and I'll start counting. Keep going, a few more than normal, just because it's a subtle movement. Couple more in this set. And relax there. Just a few seconds rest here, and we'll go again. So get your hands in position, not locked behind our head, just as a reminder. And here we go. Shoulders lifting off the floor. And looking in between our knees when we come up. This is hitting those abdominal muscles. Couple more here. Two more. And relax there. One more round to go. And then that will be our resistance block complete. And we'll move on to our balance and flexibility section. Okie dokie. So, last time with these crunches, off we go. This will obviously be the hardest set. Just try and push through, do as many as you can. We're halfway there. Keep going. 3/4 of the way. Few left. 3, 2, 1. And stretch it out there. So we're just, whilst we're down here, we'll do a full body stretch. So just pushing out as far as you can, your fingers, and leading with your heels. Again, stretching as far as you can. So that is our resistance block done. So we're just going to do some balance and flexibility now. So, again, if you've got your mat, it might add just that little bit of extra challenge if you do this on here. If not, find a nice stable surface. We're just going to lift up onto our toes, and we're going to try and hold that for a couple of seconds and repeat that 8 times. So just lifting up, holding for 3 seconds, and coming back down. And again. Holding at the top there, and returning back down. Hold for as long as we can, and back down. For this next one, I want you to try and hold for as long as you can. And returning. Just shake your legs off here. We're going to repeat that, but this time I want you to close your eyes and try and do that exercise. See if you notice any differences. So just coming up onto our toes, but with our eyes closed, holding, and then returning back down. It should be trickier. So do this one just a couple of times. 2 more times. And this time, see if you can hold it for as long as you can. Which for me is not too long. And relax there. That was our first balance exercise. And then we're going to do what's called the 1-leg clock. So for this one, just standing on one foot, having our hands pointed at, and we're going to do the space-time of a clock. So we're starting at 12, and we'll move to 3, 6, 9, back to 12. And then do it with the other arm. So 12, 3, 6, 9, back to 12. And then we'll swap over and do that on the other leg. So starting at 12, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. If you need to tap down, but we're going to do the same leg, opposite arm. So 12, 3, 6, and 9. And rest there. So that's our balance. Now we're going to move into some of our flexibility. So for this first one, and we would have worked these muscles when we were doing the core exercise, we're just going to stretch the neck. So bringing your ear towards one shoulder and just using your hand to manoeuvre the neck that little bit further, pushing away with your other shoulder. And swap over. Just go back to that first side. And again, swapping over. And then just sort of rolling your head, not all the way around, so just forward and stopping when you get back to the centre there. Now we are going to do some side bends. So we're doing lots of stretching one way or another. This time we're going to stretch down. So we're going to reach down, bending at the side. Again, this will be good for counteracting some of those muscles that we worked, stretching them off after the activity, the exercise we've done. And switching the other way, reaching down our leg as far as we can manage. One more time. And back to first starting position. Now we're just going to do some final stretches. So we did it at the beginning, but we're going to repeat because we've obviously worked our shoulders. So it's a shoulder stretch. Try and avoid pressing on your elbow. Switching over arms. And then we work the back of our arms, the triceps with our kickbacks. So again, we'll just stretch them off. Again, trying to avoid pressing on your elbow. Switching over there. And then the biceps are quite tricky to stretch, but if you raise your arms, thumbs up, and then tipping over, thumbs down, and just pushing back as far as you can. And then the last one, you might want to, you're going to get pushed against the wall, but we're going to just try and stretch off our legs slightly. Feeling that along the back there. Big muscle at the top. And swapping over. That was some for the back of the legs, and now we just want to stretch the front of the legs. Again, grabbing onto something if you need to. Feet together, knees together, sorry. Pushing your hips forward. And changing over. And then the last one we're going to do is trying to drop down to a squat, and if we can, using our elbows to manoeuvre our knees outwards, but just going down as far as feels comfortable for you, so just trying to push those knees out wide. If you can do some rock and rolls, just for a bit of mobility as well. And then slowly forward bend, and I want you to just come up one vertebra at a time. Your head would be the last thing to come up. Slowly, slowly. Rolling your shoulders back, forward, and give everything a shake off. Perfect. So that's our that was session 5. So it was an upper body focus one today. If you can remember to document this in your logbook, all the relevant information, remember to use that OmniRise scale to rate the session, putting down the colour of your bands, please. Any other information you think sort of necessary or relevant, really great how you found it. And yeah, just remembering to update that. And hopefully see you again for our next session, session 6. Thank you very much.